Hello, 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 all my machine heads, and welcome back to another episode of the Old Iron series here on the Fruhling map. Let's get our tractor started there, just so she warms up a little bit, get some heat in her, because she's been sitting. We are right where we left off. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We are down here at field 14. We're going to cultivate this bad boy right up today. Then we're going to head up to the next field and get that cultivated. And then we're going to set ourselves up for some fertilizer. Hopefully we'll get as much done as we can today and a little bit of time. So as we go, let me get started here. Welcome to the Realistic Farming Channel for Farming Simulator 22, where we use real tractors. We use real equipment. Let me hit my cruise just so I can finish this. We have realistic tutorials, and we have a real lot of fun. So how's everybody doing today? I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome. I'm doing fantastic as usual. Whew. Got that out of the way. Oh, I love reading all your guys' comments on your farms, how things are going. Thank you to all the family members out there who are helping me find mods for this series, who are helping me with ideas for gameplay. Ooh. Makes me super excited. Doing a dance. Did I mention last time that this can't be very comfortable to drive, and like the traction must be horrible on it? Like, it's gotta be when you go down the road. I mean, I wouldn't want to drive them too far down the road. That's for sure. Oh man. We'll get to the end of this row here, and then you guys know how it works. I will be checking to see if we are recording, just so I don't go too far without it. We are at about 6 o'clock in the afternoon, so here we go. You guys know how it works. You're going to lose the game sound, but you're not going to lose me. And yes, we are 2 minutes in already. You believe that? Woohoo! All right, so we're about 6:30 in the afternoon, so we're going to lose some light, and we're possibly going to have to go down and head and get some CP sometime today, because we've been working since 8 o'clock in the morning, and we got to get it. We got to go. We might as well try to get... Well, as soon as this row is done, let's go back to the house, because I forgot my H series does not have lights on it, so we're not going to be able to play too much longer in the lights, or shall we say. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn this around. I'm going to leave the cultivator here at the side of the field, because I don't want to drive it up the field and go home. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's get out here. Let's unhook her. Here we go. Lizard Cultivator. It is a very, very, very nice mod. Very, very nice mod. Let me show you where I got this. It is... it's under... You can find it under Cultivator. It's all the way under here. The FMC Vintage Collection Cultivator. It's only $400. It's from the Old Implement Pack. And she's pretty sweet. Super sweet. All right, so let's get back in our, we're not in our H, we're in our Farmall 706, and let's head on back to the farm. Get back to the farm, we'll head over, we'll get some dinner in us, and we'll have a good night's sleep, and we'll get up at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and we'll get right back on this cultivating, because as soon as I get cultivating, what I'd like to do is make some hay and get ready for our horses. Now, keep in mind that we are on a $500,000 limit. I lowered the money, like I said last time, to $10,000. So we're going to have to play to $510,000. That's okay. I've also done some research, and I think I can get away with... I think I can get away with buying oats from the store, because remember, we're only going to have 2 horses. So they're not going to take a lot. So the oats that we have in our barn, we can sell. Now, granted, it would be absolutely free if I just gave them to the horses, but that's about 9,000 liters or so of oats that I could sell, and I don't think it's going to cost me that much for oats. So as you can see, when we get done with that field down there, our other field is literally right around the corner. This one right here is our last one to cultivate, and then we will have that all cultivated. And then I'm going to go make some hay, like I said, and we're going to get our horses, because it takes 36 months for us to make max profit. Now, we may be long gone off this map before the horses ever get sold, so it'll be interesting. But what that will allow us to do, if we can buy the oats for the cows and it doesn't break the bank, then right, let's let her idle for a second here. If it doesn't break the bank, then we will go and continue to do that, and we can just plant a more expensive crop. We still need the straw, but we'll make more money from, say, wheat, because you get a higher yield. See what I mean? See where I'm going with that? See. All right. So I think she's all set here. You never want to shut your tractor off while she's warm. All right. So let's go here. Go up the stairs and sleep. Let's go. Let's get up at 7 o'clock. So now we are going into the month of September. We are now in September 1. We've made it through the whole month of August. And it cost us, see, $735 of property maintenance. See that? Absolutely incredible. So what we're going to do now that we're into the next month, we're going to speed the time up to go to ×3. Just like that. And we're going to head back down and cultivate. We got some rain coming, so we got all our straw taken care of. We got all that stuff done, so that's good news. So we got nothing on the fields that can get wet. If it does start raining, we can still cultivate. It may get a little muddy, but that's okay. I like going this way. It seems a little bit shorter. The one good thing about this map is everything is super close. You guys can tell. I got some weeds coming. I got to get those off. They'll be gone when I cultivate. You can tell when I'm using my controller instead of my wheel because it twitches, see? That's the joystick on the controller. Oh, we're driving down there, so let's drive in first person. What I'll try to do is I'll try to mix it up a little bit so that I am going a little bit... Oh, let's let that person... That's kind of cool. I'll try to, like, drive a little bit in first person, and then third person, first person, just so we can mix it up just a little bit. But as you guys can see, the HUD is now on. We are playing 1 day month. I may take one of the family members posted in the comments, and I may take and make the HUD smaller, just so that we can... it annoys me because I look at it all the time. There's our field. See the weeds coming back? We may have to cultivate those 2 or 3 rows over again. Just because. Yeah, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Reading your guys' comments. I absolutely love it. So, but now the time's going to go a little bit faster. We made it through the first month at ×2. And then what we're going to do is when we hit the next month, or 10 episodes, whichever one, then I'm going to go to ×5, and I'm going to start speeding it up just a little bit, because realistically, we spent like a month. Right now, come out of here. Yep, got to do those rows again. We'll cultivate those weeds right into the ground, or it might just stay ×3, depending on how quickly it goes. Yeah, let's see if we can get out of here. See if this will cultivate these weeds in. And they do. Perfect. But what I think I'm going to do, if I speed it up, if we end up getting to ×5 speed, what I may do at that point is work longer into the day, which is going to be impossible because this tractor doesn't have any lights on it. So we wouldn't be able to work too much later than dark anyways. So that's a trial by error. I might keep it just at 3, but I'm thinking for me, I don't want to continue. I don't mind having multiple episodes of doing the same thing. Like, if it takes us 2 or 3 episodes to cultivate, so be it. It's real life. It's the way it works. I don't want to have it 7 episodes for 1 month. That's just getting ridiculous. Because realistically, we harvested, okay, and then we we baled the straw. We would have put the straw away, and then we started cultivating. Realistically, that would have been about a month. Okay? So if we find that the time is too fast, then we'll change it. We'll go back down. We all know this is a testing and process, because Fury's used to using at least 6-meter equipment, and these little 1.8, 2-meter equipment is really quite small for farm sim for the time speed. So I'm still learning as far as that goes. There we go. But now we're going to do it strategically. Like that. If 3x seems to be too fast, I'll drop it back down to 2. And that's how we go. That's how we fly. That's how we roll. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Oh, thank you guys for all the new family members. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As you guys know, for those of you who are new and have joined the channel over the last couple of days, I don't describe you guys. I don't call my subscribers. I call you guys family members, because you are. You are free to comment and talk amongst yourselves and share the videos. If you want to be a part of the best farm sim community on the planet, be sure to like and subscribe and share the videos. Hit the little notification ding bell so you get notified when Fury drops a video, and it'll be the most interactive farm sim channel on the planet. I have the best, and I am willing to say this, the best family members ever. You guys are the most interactive. I look at other channels and they get a lot of comments, but they're more like, hey, let me get free stuff. Let me do this. I don't have that. I have you guys that are coming out and, you know, you're interacting and you're actually talking amongst yourselves, and it's you don't get that on farm sim. So, and the only reason I'm doing a headland here is because that tree's right in the way. We are, and I also noticed that this map came with a fermenting silo, and I did research it, and they are realistic. In fact, if you guys want to see how one really works in real life, go on 10th Generation Dairy Farmer, his channel. They actually use one in real life. They put corn chaff in it, and they also put grass chaff in it. Because what Farm Sim did a problem with is it's not just grass and hay that you can put in them. It's actually chaff, grass chaff, corn chaff. That's the proper terminology for it. But Farm Sim simplified it. Sorry. Put this in about 4th low, this gear, and we'll get going. We'll get going. We'll get going. So we may utilize that. We may get some grass chaff, and we may put it in the fermenting silo, and if we can take it out, or some hay, if it lets me do, let's see something real quick. Where is my little button? There it is. Yes. Grass silage, hay silage, chaff silage, straw silage. So if we made hay and we put some of it in bale form, and then see that 1,000 hay gives us 1,000 silage. And then how much will silage sell for? About 162. So for every $10,000, you'll make 1,000. So that's not too bad. Hey, it's slow but steady on this map. But it gives us a little bit of income. And if we set it up for selling, it will sell it automatically. We won't have to do it. And we'll put it in there that they are, they'll just come and buy it from me, right from the farm, other farmers, because we won't need silage. So, but if you guys want to see how it actually works in real life, pull up 10th Generation Dairy Farmers YouTube channel and go to his making grass silage. He makes corn chaff silage, the whole 9 yards. They have a big silo, and he talks about how he has to how they have to clean it, how they have to take care of it, and it actually works. They put stuff in it, and it ferments and turns it basically into silage. But I'm going to really work hard on not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not adding anything to this map. I've got enough build your own maps out there that I'm working on right now, and it just is annoying when I constantly have to do it every Let's Play. I love it on my Let's Plays that I play it on, and that's it. I don't want to do it every... I mean, I'm a big proponent of the build your own farm. If I don't want something, I need to be able to sell it. I'm a big one on that. But when you have to build it every single... This is why this series is such a breath of fresh air, because I don't have to build anything. Everything's built out for me. I'm just playing it and enjoying it. That's it. That's it. It's easy. Fury's a pretty simple dude. Pretty simple dude. So normally I would have spread some manure on this, but we found out that that's just a not very smart way to do it, because manure is something that you kind of need an animal to produce for you, or manure, because it tends to get a little bit expensive to buy it, because you go through it so fast. And that's the problem. Now, of course, with all of our gazillion, trillion, or as Dr. Evil says, 1 billion, gazillion, bazillion factories that we have out there, it's easy to make manure. Like, there's one out there that you can... that's got me... Should be enough room now to... I only needed the one headland on the end. You can put straw in it and just make flat out manure from straw. There's the mod that just dropped literally the last couple of days on the mod hub. It's like an outhouse, and you can just put water in it or straw or something like that. I didn't really look into it. And you can get slurry out of it or manure out of it. It's pretty dope. But the reason Fury stayed away from that, and thank you, Russell, for mentioning it, but I didn't want to put it on this channel because you would never, ever use human waste for your fields. Human waste has to go through a processing plant, and all the ammonia, everything removed. And it probably wouldn't be too safe to eat if you took human waste and put it on a field. Would it work? Probably. And that'd be the first one to admit it. I'm not saying that farmers haven't done that in the past, because they probably have. They had to clean their outhouse somehow. But I'm not going to put it in the series. I'll either have animals and make my own manure slurry, or that sort of thing. But keep in mind, we've got today, I'm recording this on Wednesday. I've got one more episode here, which will be tomorrow. I took an extra day off. Sorry, guys. I took an extra day off because what I've noticed is when certain days of the week, usually Tuesdays, people generally are super busy, me included. I don't know why. I've always got something going on. Now, I hope that these weeds aren't in the other field as well that we just cultivated, because they came out. Because what I may do, in fact, I'm going to do it right now. No, I'm going to leave them. I was going to turn them off, but I fear they're going to be out in that other field. If they are... Oh, the other thing I'm going to do, and then I'll go back to my little thingy. What I may do is try to get us set up on a different day. Like, I'm cultivating today, and then I cultivated like the last episode. What I may do, if the series starts to drag on just a little too much, I may work off camera and move it ahead a day, or move it ahead. We'll see how that works out. But anyways, getting back to my story, certain days of the week are slower for other videos, or for dropping videos, and Tuesday happens to be one of them. So I took an extra day off from recording because or was it Monday? It was Monday that I dropped that. Either way, we were only about a quarter of the views that we normally get, because normally as soon as Fury hits the send button, basically, it comes back with, that amount of views in about an hour. So what happens is on certain days of the week, it always takes a couple days. And what that leads me to believe is that those days of the week are super busy for people. They're busy working. They're busy doing stuff. We all have lives. You know what I mean? So, because if I have to go through and cultivate this again, the other field that we just finished, because the weeds came out, I probably will just shut them off. And then I'll just cultivate it off camera. Be done with it. Just to catch up. Because I'm not going back and doing another field that we just did. That would make no sense at all. But yeah, so I gave you guys an extra day, because usually what happens is, like I said, those days of the week that are super slow and not many, people are doing stuff. Like you guys all know, you're busy doing stuff. So is Fury. I'm always busy every day of the week. Even though I'm retired, I'm super busy doing everything. As my wife would say, I've learned, as many years as I've been married, I've learned that if the wife says, hey, do you have a second, or in a second, or when you get a chance, anything like that, I usually just put my shoes on. At that point in time, I know I've got to do something. So I've learned over the years that those things happen. So I gave you guys an extra day to catch up on the videos. As much as I want to drop a video every day, I have to give you guys a chance to catch up. And I learned that because there were several of you guys, several family members that would message me and say, oh, I'm binge watching your videos. I haven't watched them in a week. I've been super busy. I'd rather take a day or two off during the week. A, for my sanity. B, because I promised Jonathan that if I felt burned out, I would take the day off. And I'm usually a man of my word. So if I promise to somebody, then it's going to happen. And I made a promise to him that if I felt burned out, if I felt tired, if I felt anything, I'll just take a day off and I won't record that day. Farmer Wendy even commented on one of the comments that he used to do videos before. He streamed before, and he may get videos going, which would be super exciting. Hey, the more people in this community, the better. We have to promote this game like no other. And the reason why is because I don't want the game to become a niche product. And what I mean by that is the less interest they have in a game, the less changes they're going to do. And there's still some things that they have to fix and get better to be more realistic. You can't call yourself a farming simulator game and have it basically arcadish. You just can't. Oh, there's our rain. We're going to go ahead and finish this field while it's raining. So we have to promote it. We have to keep it popular. We have to keep pushing it. Console players have to stick together with PC players. I know that there's that wall sometimes, a disconnect between the two. It's kind of like boys and girls. It's opposites. They get mad because we have mods, and we get mad because they're plug and play. And like Fury can't, being on PC, I can't just grab a mod and say, ooh, let's go. I mean, I can, but I have to check to make sure it doesn't conflict. I have to check and make sure that it downloads and that I put it in the mod folder. You console players can just plug and play. Boom, 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 Bob's your uncle. So we have to stop the disconnect. We have to get along. We have to do it. We have to push each other. That's why crossplay was the biggest thing that Giants ever added. It was great. Because now console players can play with PC players and there's no issues. But other than that, it's going great. We're going good. We're doing well. Had to put Puppy back on his meds for his hips. For those of you who did not know the story, I'd say it's closer to 2 months ago now, almost 3 maybe. I was on, Greenlands? Not Nebraska, the other one. The one from the in-game mod hub, not the 4X one. And you guys all know that I own a Farm All H series, right? The one that's sitting back at our farm here. And so, for years and years and years, Puppy always jumped up in my lap, and we were going for a ride, and we were going down to the bottom 10-acre field. And we were going to do some work. We were going to pick up some brush and logs and things, something Fury was doing on a Saturday. And he was sitting up on my lap in the tractor. And remember, he's 14 now, so he's older, just turned 14. And he's a Rottweiler, so he's a big boy. But so you can imagine a dog sitting on your lap on one of these older tractors. It's funny. It's hilarious. Sometimes he'll sit down in the corner. Sometimes but he can't fit because he's so big. So I backed out of the barn, and the back tire on the tractor hit into the barbed wire fence that goes right up to my barn, and I popped the tire, and he jumped off of it, and he dislocated his hips. Or shall we say, I guess your legs that go into your hips. He didn't dislocate his hips. I guess he dislocated his leg joints. And we went to the vet, and they put him back in. They got everything up, but at 13, 14 years old, 14 that he is now, he has severe arthritis. So I have to give him hip medicine. So I put him back on it. And because he was getting a little weaker, and, you know, he's still my baby, even though he's old. I did find out that dogs don't age as much as what people think. You know, the old saying that dogs are 7 years to every human. It's not. It's more like 5, or as they get older, it goes as far as down as 2. Like when they're born, and by the time they're a year old, they're the same as what 7 years is to us. So they're a year old, they're like a 7-year-old. Okay. Then it starts to go down. So people, the myth is always, well, it's 7 years to everything. It's 7 years to our year. So that's how people figure it. But it doesn't work like that. So the next year goes by 5. So when a dog is 2, they're actually the same as they would be 12. And then it stays at 5 for a few years. And then when the time they get like 5 or 6, it drops to 3. And then by the time they get over 10, it drops to 2. Then when they get over 14, it drops to a year. So I figured it out. Realistically, he's about 60 years old in real life. Is that old by any means? No. It's close to Fury's age. So we're not old by any means. But we do have... I always tell my wife I make more noise getting out of bed than I do getting in bed. I make like a mummy sound when I get out. The alarm goes off at 6 o'clock. Ever since he was a baby, I've always gotten up early. And what happened was he is the last. We had 3 generations from the same mom, different dad. And he's my last one from the original mom that we had. And so he's our baby, and he's gone. All the other ones have passed away and moved on. But every single one of my dogs has lived to be very, very old in dog years. My puppy 4 years ago, 2000, I think it's 4 years ago now, was 16. So he lived to be 16. He was the brother. He was the younger brother. They were 2 years apart. And then my old man, that was 2000, well, let's see, 12, I think it was. About 10 years ago now. He was, well, no. They were all about 1.5 to 2 years apart. So it was probably, I can't remember the dates. Fury's terrible with dates. But he was 17. So he was 17. Then I lost one at 16. And this guy, my old man now, is 14. So my dogs live a long time. Ooh, guess what time it is? We are done. Wrap it up. Oh my gosh, 30 minutes goes super fast. Okay, so Please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share, and hit the little notification ding bell, because Fury is everywhere anymore. Can I get on that? Oh, yeah. Let's ride the fence. Let's ride the fence. Ride the fence. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish cultivating this the next episode. But as soon as I record, I'm going to run up to the other, or as soon as I hit end record, I'm going to run up to the other field. If there's weeds in it, I will cultivate that off camera, so you guys don't have to watch me do another field of cultivating. It's bad enough you're watching me do real-time stuff. I'll try to be a little more consistent with that. We got one more field to cultivate, and then we're done. And I think once it's cultivated, I think I'll turn the weeds off, and then we won't have to deal with it anymore. Because I don't want to keep playing that, especially with such a small farm. Even though it's realistic, weeds are real. Weeds are real, even though that one looks like an oak tree. But anyways, on that note, Fury Machine will wrap it up. I got one more episode for this map, and then on Multiplayer Friday. And then guess what Saturday is? Saturday is a role play Saturday with me and Gutterball, and we are going to come up. We've been conversing back and forth and coming up with our story mode. Will not be a lot of fancy edits, like I said, but it will be a story mode, and we're going to stick to it, and we're going to live to it, and we're going to do it. And on that note, Fury Machine is out.